So I put Teflon tape on, cleaned off, actually I didn't have to clean off the threads on the pressure stat tube here, and I got it threaded, and now I'm going to tighten it down with my handy dandy one-sided open socket. And it goes all the way down to where it's tight. And there we go. We're going to leave it right there. This is all just to see if everything's working properly. And I'm not going to rebend this pressure stat tube, but this is just a trial. And if I'm not wrong, it was 17. That's what we needed. Yep, 17. And this has a gasket inside of it, O-ring I should say. So the pressure stat tube does. So we're just going to leave that the way it is. And like I said, this is just to see if things work. And now I'm going to rewire it again temporarily, and then see and heat it back up and see if we can. And the pressure stat works, and the tube. Now that the tube is clean, this pressure stat tube is open, and the pressure stat should be open. And yeah, so I'm going to do my best here to see if I can get it to work. So just to show you here, I've reconnected the pressure stat, redone the wiring, so that everything's hot, and just temporarily put the cord in here, and I'll put a couple blocks here just to hold it up while I fill it up, and we'll check it out. Well, here's a moment of truth. We're going to see if this element can heat up, what kind of pressure we actually get in the boiler. I filled it full of water, got this up on a little stand, got it temporarily wired underneath, I've got power to it, and now we're going to turn it off. I'll turn off the video and let this heat up a little bit, and come back and let you know how it goes. Okay, let's kind of see where we are with things right now. The boiler pressure is up to 1.4, so the pressure stat's not working. We are getting steam off of here, so we're getting plenty of steam generated and water or heat generated by the element. So the element's working. We're up to 1.6 now. I may have to turn this off yet. This pressure stat, or this release valve, is working, but it should probably be hissing pretty heavy by now. Let's see. The actually the pressure stat may have just shut off, but it went up to 1.6. So that's because the water pressure, or the boiler pressure now is dropping. It's down to 1.5. So the pressure stat is working. It's got to be adjustable. And I don't know how to adjust this one a little bit. I think I might be able to figure it out. But it has shut off the electricity now, so it's dropping. The pressure's dropping a little bit. We do have a couple small leaks. It was leaking out of the boiler cap. It was leaking out of here earlier today. Earlier last time. We do get some water on the top of here, out of the group head. It's inverted right now, but you can hear the hissing a little bit. It's turned back on now. You can hear the boiler making noise. It's up to 1.6. Shut off right now. So it's maintaining at 1.6. So if I can get the thermos or the pressure stat adjusted, we may be able to reuse things the way they are. If not, pressure stat is not an expensive expense compared to an element and everything else that's involved. So I'll report back to you. I put a Ma-Ter 110 pressure stat in here, the one that has a double pressure. And I looked up the pinout on it, and I now have the correct pinout, so it was supposed to shut off about 1.0, and it did shut off at 1.0, and now it's dropping in pressure. And let's see if it turns back on. There, it turned back on. About 0.8, it's going back up to 1.0. So we know that that the correct pressure stat works.